Hello everyone, my name is Zoe Iseri and I am a first year student here at Whittier College. So today I will be talking about my experience here at Whittier, and I will just kind of try to give you an insight about what college life at Whittier is like. Last year I was in your same position. I was trying to figure out what school I wanted to attend, and I visited about 13 different schools and applied to these 13. There were different types of colleges and universities all across the country, from small private liberal arts institutions like Whittier to large state schools like Penn State and University of Pittsburgh, UCLA, just like all across the country in a lot of different areas. And I ultimately chose Whittier after I had the opportunity to visit campus. I didn't visit Whittier until April, a couple weeks before I had to make a decision, and then I visited Whittier and I had the opportunity to visit campus, take a tour, and stay with an overnight host. And it was during this experience that I really got to know the great things about Whittier. I really loved how beautiful it was during the day. Whittier is a really picturesque campus, I think. And then every person that we passed by throughout the day was just super sweet and kind, and I just really liked that type of energy. And then it wasn't until that evening that I really decided, because I walked with my overnight host. We went to Boba in Uptown Whittier, which is a really picturesque place to see, kind of, and it just has a really nice small town vibe, even though it's in kind of a larger area. And so when I was walking there and walking back, it was just a really peaceful walk. I felt safe. I felt like it was just a nice place to be, and so that kind of secured my decision. It was also just a beautiful night. It was quiet, and I realized how perfect the location of Whittier College was, and how perfect all the people that I met and just the campus in general was. And so it just felt like a really strong community, not only the campus community but also the surrounding Whittier community, and I just wanted to be a part of it, and so I accepted. Since I've been at Whittier College this past year, I've really loved my experience. I've had a lot of different opportunities. I've worked with the Office of Admissions as a student ambassador since September of my first semester, and through this position I was able to learn a lot about Whittier College, as I was able to give tours to prospective students and other members of the Whittier College community. And my second job that I was able to hold on campus last semester was as a note taker, and this was similar to basically just I would take notes as I normally would, and then I would just send them to students who through the disability services who were unable to write, like one of my friends who broke their arm in one of my classes, so I would send them the notes. But this was a paid position, and both of these positions I was able to get through exception funding. I didn't qualify for work study, but Whittier was really good at still providing jobs for students who didn't qualify for work study. I also had the opportunity to serve as the first year class president on the first year class council, and with this position I held a seat on the Senate table as a representative. And then I'm also a member of the Model United Nations Club and International Club. And this semester I joined the Athenian Society, and the societies on campus are kind of similar to fraternities and sororities, my bad, but Whittier's just not a Greek affiliated campus. I was also a member of the track team for most of my first semester at school, on campus, but I ultimately decided that I wanted to have other opportunities, so I quit track after in November of my first semester. But I still kind of had a good experience with it, so like track, all sports teams do lift sessions multiple times per week, and then there will be a practice every day during the season and a few times per week during the off season. All students are able to use the GAC, which is the Graham Athletic Center facilities, and all the different fields and the pool on campus, but it really, students that aren't playing a sport have to wait until the practices are over, which is pretty easy. All students on campus are also allowed to use the lifting material equipment, which is in the weight room, and then they can also use the cardio room and the dance room. So those are all up on upper campus in the Graham Athletic Center, and that's all those facilities are open to all students on campus. I think also with sports, I learned that a lot of students like to attend the games and the meets, and it just kind of provides a really good community support for all Whittier College students. And that support isn't just with the sports games, it's also for different concerts for the music department, or the play that the drama department did, which was the Crucible this past year. So there's just a really good support for all the different games and productions that are put on at Whittier College campus. The first year writing class, that's something that each student has to do during their first semester, and it's a really great way to meet new students, because this is the group that you're with during orientation, and throughout the first semester this class has multiple events that they do together, going to different talks that are held on campus, or having a class dinner with the professor. And this wasn't just my class, it was all the other classes as well. So it's just a really great way to kind of get introduced to the Whittier College community, and just kind of one of the best parts, I personally believe, about the first year experience. There's also just a bunch of events throughout orientation that I would recommend attending. It's a great place for all the first year students to get to know each other, and my recommendation is to attend as many different events on campus that you can. This way you have the opportunity to meet more people and have a bunch more memories throughout the year. Next year I am going to serve as the Interclub Council President, so this position is basically where I help to plan numerous events throughout the year to get students more involved on campus, such as a recruitment at the beginning of the year where Interclub Council will host an activities fair where all Whittier College students can meet with and sign up for different clubs and organizations on campus. So that's another big thing that I know was a part of the first year college experience at Whittier College. It's a smaller fair because it is a smaller school, so I know I was able to go to every single booth during that fair and talk to all the different members and the leaders of those different organizations, and they're all really excited to talk to students because it is a small school, so all the different clubs and organizations are super open to as many students as possible joining their club or organization. A lot of first year students live in the first year dorm building, which is Stauffer Hall, and some of the great features of this building and other dorm buildings on campus, other than the great people, are the different amenities. So I lived in Stauffer Hall, and for instance, Stauffer has pool tables, ping pong tables, TVs, they have a kitchen, and all of these amenities are really great at creating a sense of community. I know in Stauffer Hall, there were students in the lobby almost all time, throughout the day, every day, for the entire first year, and it was all primarily first year students, but any students allowed to go into the dorm building, and so many students would come in and just hang out, even if they were commuters or if they just were other students on campus. So it was just a really great place to build community. I know Ball Hall has a dance room in their basement where a lot of students would go to like watch a movie, like they'd have a movie night down there. I know up at Turner Hall they also have a pool table. That's something that most of the residence halls have, or ping pong tables. Some of them also have like mini basketball hoops and stuff. So that's one of the big things for like fun stuff. All the buildings also have TVs for students to hang out and watch TVs together. And then each building also has a kitchen, and I know each kitchen has a microwave, oven, fridge, and cleaning supplies for dishes. Some of the buildings have pots and pans and like other utensils for students to use, but I know that a lot of students will just like leave them down there. But that's one of the things. And each dorm building also has multiple washing and drying machines that cost about $1.25 per use. So students are able to wash and dry their clothes on campus, and it's really convenient. And I know that you may worry about like there not being enough space for it, but I know that for me, like no matter what time of day I would go to do my laundry, there was almost always at least one washer machine open. So it's definitely not too bad, I'd say. And the school is currently working on getting computers and printers placed in each residential dorm building, which is another great amenity that the school offers. I know not all schools do this, and they especially don't all put printers in the dorm buildings. I know that printing can be really expensive at some schools, but Whittier wants to provide these because they are a necessity for students to have. And I know Stauffer currently has them, and I know that the school is making sure that all the other dorm buildings get them. There's really a place for everybody at Whittier College campus, and I just hope to make your transition from high school to college as grand as possible. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You can either message me or comment on this, and I will get back to you. So thank you. Bye.